So, Jugs, turns out you're a shinobi after all. Yeah, I gotta admit, I didn't expect to meet you again like this. Can I ask you something? What do you need the super secret ninja art schools for? You have to ask to become the most powerful shinobi, of course. The most powerful. With both school scrolls in my hands, I'll be unbeatably strong. That's ridiculous. You don't need the scrolls to be strong. You can just get there through straining. Strength at all costs. That's the way of Hibajo. But that goes against the true path of a shinobi. If it really bothers you so much, then come here and do something about it. Your path to the shinobi is a joke, and I'll prove it to you. My path is no joke. For justice sake, I will not abide you. So I think we're fighting Homura. Maybe. Let's rock. That's good to know. She always does that whenever she gets up. Ow. Homura is my favorite character because she's super fast normally when you fight with her. Did I parry that perfectly? Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Gotcha. Oh, what? Probably a good thing we avoided that. We've wasted that twice now. Gotcha that time. Gotcha. Gotcha. I wonder then if the evil shinobi, if we play through as like Homura's team, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if we do or not, but that'd be pretty cool. I don't know how long this story actually is. If there's only 41 missions in each one, I don't imagine it's too long. Did I win? Finished already? No way, I didn't even hurt you. I wanted to see if you're worth a damn, so I purposely let you get a few hits in. And it was nothing. Nothing like a feather on my cheek. You really thought that would hurt? Irk. No worries, I'm just here to say hi today. You might want to get your last rites in before we see each other again, though. Oh, I whooped you. Whooped you hard. Give me an A. A B! Bah, 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 bah. That was an A performance. That was totally an A. Give me a B. Insult to my family. Brr, 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 brr. The ninja room's atmosphere is thick and heavy. My students' faces are dark with despair. Hardly surprising. There's a world of difference between classwork and actual combat. Asuka and Katsuguri lost their battles, and the other three are in shock. The principal told me what happened to all of you. I'm unsure of what to say next. Should I praise them? Tell them they did well? They survived their first real fight, and that's alone noteworthy. Master Kiri. Asuka is staring at me straight in the face. Her gaze is that of a puppy looking at its owner. I just looked over at my dog like, yep, I know that face. I'm suddenly reminded of a former student, Rin. That's right. Never again will I repeat that mistake. I finally find the words to continue speaking. You were both defeated by Hibijo's students. If that bothers you so much, you might as well give up on being a shinobi and get out. Rin. The first pupil I ever had. She's always sought to be a super ninja in order to help bring peace to the world. Her enthusiasm as a student was huge to help me and as a teacher. Oh master, perfect timing. Please train with me. She was always like that. The moment she caught sight of me, she'd ask me to help her train. At times I applauded her unbridled enthusiasm, though occasionally it troubled me. Oh master, I hope I'm not troubling you. Of course not. I'm your teacher, aren't I? Ren and I went to a small hill. Many wooden dummies were set up for training. 1, Haya, 2, Haya, 3, Haya. Ren demolished the dummies in sequence. 4, Haya, 5, Haya, 6, Ninja. After breaking 6 dummies in a row, she was breathing hard. From her face, she was obviously that she was ready for more. It was as if growing stronger were a foregone conclusion. Why do you want to become a shinobi, Ren? After all, the shinobi is like a pawn in chess, disposable. Anyone who speaks to become a shinobi has to come with terms with that, which is why her enthusiasm concerned me. I don't want to be a shinobi, master. Huh? I spoke without thinking. I want to be a super ninja. Super ninja. Yep. To the whole world, love and peace. It was so silly that I'm momentarily at loss for words. Now it's my turn. Why don't you become a shinobi, master? Why did you become a shinobi? Ren's eyes held naked curiosity. Her simple, unadulterated gaze caught me off guard. I found myself answering her question despite never having told anyone else. Much like most students, my parents happened to be shinobi. I was trained as a shinobi from a young age. Never once I was in doubt about it. Since my parents were shinobi, I would be one as well. It was simply a matter of choice. I had talent as a shinobi, so my parents were not disappointed. I leaped up to the high shinobi rank with no difficulty, but to say I was happy would be a lie. No matter my skill, I knew I was still disposable. What purpose did achieving high shinobi even serve? You're a high shinobi like elites. So why did you decide to become a teacher? Simple enough reason. Missions are potentially deadly. Teaching is not. Missions are potentially deadly. In that moment, I saw her face stiffen. You're right. I have to be prepared. I'll lay down my life for love and peace. Sure enough, cheer and optimism rushed back into her face. I wondered just how much Ren understood about being a shinobi. It made me somewhat uneasy, but when I looked in her eyes, I found I didn't have the heart to tell her so. It might be a good thing, I thought. It might be good to have shinobi like her. She didn't have a doubt in her mind, and when she was there in front of me, neither did I. I'll say it again. You were both defeated by Hibijo students. If that bothers you so much, you might as well give up on being shinobi and get out. I immediately sensed a change in the ninja room's atmosphere. Master Kiri, that may have been a bit too harsh, Ikiriguri says in a surprisingly rough tone. That's right, Master Kiri, you can't say that. Katsuguru's face puffins with irritation. Say what you want about me and Asuka, but Asuka's still only a second-year student. She took on some serious competition. She survived, and that wasn't easy. How about a little praise for that, at least? Asuka looks downward with her eyes brimming red. But a faint praise will only result in more sorrow down the road. I can feel it in my bones. Hibijo is known for producing shinobi involved in politics and business, the so-called evil shinobi. They have no qualms about very nasty work. Everyone remains breathless in my words. They are relentless, ruthless, and utterly merciless, much like their namesake, the serpent. And there is no reason to avoid another fight, Ikiriguri says, frowning. Evil shinobi do not negotiate. They will certainly strike again. So what if we go on the offensive ourselves, Katsuguri says. I shake my head silently. That's a good question. Unfortunately, Hibijo headquarters is hidden even from us. Katsuguri sinks at my words. Hibari speaks up, trying to break the tension. But Master, you're here now. Should we be fine? So we should be fine. That's right, with you at our side. Ikura nods in agreement with Hibari. Relief floods the students' faces. They all rely on me. I know that. It's only been a few years since their normal lives ended. The shinobi world is still very new to them in many ways. Of course, the idea of fighting evil shinobi to death still scares them. But that's why I will not be assisting you against Hibijo. My students are stunned into silence. Why not? Please tell us. Ikirigari, please. Master Kiri, you're not going to help us? You're abandoning us? Hibari pleads doubly on the verge of tears. I use the most authoritative voice I can muster. I've said this to all you before. As shinobi students, you must be prepared for the worst. I will never forget what happened to Ren's final exam. Not until the day I die. Well, this is going to be another 17 years of reading. This is your final exam. Do well and you'll be a full-fledged shinobi. Oh, I'm so nervous. She knew the stakes. If she failed the test, the path of shinobi would be forever closed to her. The final exam has to be completed before finishing one's time at the academy. And as third-year student, this was to be Ren's very last chance. The final exam involves real combat. The opponents are wooden puppets equipped with actual weapons. In order to pass, the students must destroy all the puppets unscathed within the time limit. Ren's dedication was unmatched, but she was a bit scatterbrained and her grades weren't the best. If she didn't put forth the best effort, passing would be a very difficult prospect. Okay, here we go. She rushed into the test site. I thought I saw a bit of a shiver as I watched her go. She had always spoken Gilby of wanting to be a super ninja, but the truth is she was actually quite naive, with no concept of the harsh reality ahead of her. Even so, she was my first student. I wanted more than anything to send her out into the world of shinobi just as she dreamed. A wooden puppet leaped out of the grass. With practiced precision, Rin cut it down. Okay, got it. As soon as the first puppet fell, her movements grew more confident. I could see that in her she cut down the second one. After a moment, the puppet flew apart. This is nothing. Rin was in perfect form. Her defense and offense were both on par with that of greater shinobi. She had taken all the training to heart. But even though she fought with a fluid and grace, I still felt a touch uneasy. Stay calm, Rim, I thought. Stay focused. Be aware of your surroundings. When no one is doing well, one must be cautious. When one is doing well, one must be cautious. And then my fears came true. A sniper puppet had been sanctioned 50 meters away from Rin atop a tree. It raised the gun and took aim. Flushed with confidence, she seemed to be blind to his presence. What to do? If I did nothing, Rin would have been shot, and then the test would have been over. Her dreams of being a shinobi would have been shattered. Damn it, I thought. Without even thinking, I began to move. A high shinobi can, with the proper effort, cover 50 meters of ground at an instant. I destroyed the puppet and covered my tracks. That much was easy for me. As a teacher, I was racked with guilt. I knew full well that I had done something wrong. But in that moment, all I wanted to do was see Ren's dream come true. I did it, I got them all. Ren was jumping up and down the grass. The test was over, and the unscathed Ren had otherwise cleared it. They gave her a passing grade then and there. The next day, she received her first assignment, a full-fledged shinobi. Before she left, Ren came to see me. Her eyes flooded with tears of pure joy. Master, thank you for everything. I'm definitely going to be a super ninja now. Yes, I'll look forward to it. Oh, I bet she died on her first. That'd be the last time she and I spoke. Yep. Called it. She did. Only a few months later, the principal informed me of Ren's death. My mind went a perfect blank white, and I can't recall much of what was said after that. All I can remember was that she had volunteered for an extremely dangerous mission, and as a result, lost her life. Volunteered for an extremely dangerous mission. Why would she have done that? Why didn't anyone stop her? She was still too green. I tried to wrap my head around it, but it was to total shock. It's my fault. If I hadn't helped during her final exam, Rin would not become a shinobi. Her dreams would have ended, but at least she'd still be alive. I killed Rin. I wept. For the first time in my life, I wept aloud. From an early age, my parents had driven home to the point that would-be shinobi must set aside their feelings, and yet I wept. I could not do anything. I could do nothing else. Man, English is hard to read. Anyone who would fall behind me instead of facing Hibijo should give up on their being a shinobi and leave. If I were to fight off Hibiji for them, I wouldn't really be helping them at all. The path of shinobi is a harsh one. One must continue to fight when no help is coming. I can do only one thing for those who wish to join that would. I don't know. I can teach them not to let their emotions control them. There's no need for me to confront them. What happened to Ren must never happen to any other student. The 5 of them listen to my words in silence, but not one of them moves to leave. Master Kiri, I need more training, please. Asuka shouts, raising her hand. Same here. I'm really begging you, Katsuguri shouts in a turn. Iakagari and Yagui? I don't know. Quietly raises her own hands. I'll do my best. I'll fight without relying on you, so please, Master Kiri, train me harder. Even Hibari gives me a look at absolute resolve. I can see you're determined, so let's begin training. I cannot directly watch over my students, but I can teach them how to protect themselves. I finally understand what it means to be a high shinobi. I will pass on my skills and knowledge. I will teach them every hidden art and hide nothing, so my precious students will carry on and survive for future battles. It's the only way I can look after them. See, stuff like this is what I like about Senran Kagura. Like the whole backstory with him and Rin and